How are you all today? Is in the PKP now? I think we are all stranded or staying at our home, including me myself. Also, I have been working in the home work from home since November last year. Okay, without further ado, I will explain or I will share my screen. Okay, I introduce again myself. I am Imran. I born in 81. Now I am 40 years old. I have been living UIA since 2005. It's a best experience for me. It has been 2005 to 2021, around 16 years now, right? Okay. I also never went to UIA. I think since a few years back. Last I think 10 years back. But I now in Kajang, not very far from UIA. Okay, anyhow. So I share my screen first. Okay. Can you see my screen? Okay, what I am sharing now, this is my current project, Okada Manila, which is I am handling the international project, foreign project. I am dealing with the Philippines compatriot or projects of the Philippines since last year. This is the main website that we are proposing a new website for them. But actually, beside the website, we are also handling the mobile app projects and also the admin portal for them because they need to do the application for the hotel. This is a big hotel. Okada, I mean, it is the Japanese person. He built the hotel in here, and this is like Las Vegas lah, like Vegas in Philippines. Okay, put aside the gambling one. Okay, I also like to share this one. Wait, Okay, this is my resume actually. So untuk adik-adik, if you want to do, if you want to impress your interviewer, you should put, you should, uh, you should ceritakan lah. You should display your personal things. Not only on your knowledge, but your personal, your ethics, your interpersonal skills lah. What is your interest? What is your skill? What is your hobbies? Also, actually, because they want to know about you. Actually, they don't want to know how about your knowledge because the knowledge we can gain it later. Okay. Okay, I'm from Kajang, Bachelor of Engineering, Computer Information Engineering. Okay, myself, you can explain. We have 15 years. This is the old resume for me. Okay, I have a EC certified circular programmer since 2012. I'm also, beside of my academic, I am also football youth academy coach untuk budak-budak since 2010 until 2019. I have FAM grassroots coaching course in 2019 and then also FAMD license. You might think this skills is not relevant to your academic, but I can assure you this will help you a lot during your work environment. Okay, so I encourage you all to do co-curriculum. Play football, main bola, main badminton, or go to hiking, because in the activity you will build your responsibility. You can manage, you can lead the team to organize such an event, and then this skill will be helpful during your work time later, inshallah. Okay, I go through to my experience first. Okay, moderator, What balance time I have now? Okay. I'm from Kajang. If anyone from Kajang, you can hello me. This is my school in Kajang. Okay, Sungai Kantan, PMR. I am SMA KL, formerly known as Smarker, but now is SMA KL at Kepung. I also went to Kisas, Klang, 97, 99. Okay, I am okay, UIA level. At that time is matriculation center. I think during that time, our opportunities or our like you all, okay, you all great. You have joined the UIA because UIA at that time in engineering courses is such a new thing because all students at that time during 2000, 1999, 2000, they want to go UUM, okay, USM and so on. UIA is just new for the engineering, but I have chosen the UIA because of the English medium. English medium is very important for us, and it is also useful to our work environment later. Okay, can you see me? Okay, this is my experience. Okay, during of my industrial trainee, I went to TM Berhad, Kelana Jaya, Selangor. Do you know that I have went here 3 months without any allowance, zero allowance. My father encouraged me. My father actually forced me lah, forced me to join this TM because I have another offer at the another company that will provide the allowance. But my father actually is a lecturer, right? Retiree lecturer. He insists me just go to TM at that time, telecom lah. Okay, go to Telecom. You just learn the programming skill, and I think until now I don't know, I don't remember what I have learned at the TM. Okay, okay. After I graduate, I went to this company is the International Rubber Research. I work as a personal assistant. To his name, my boss is his name Dato Chef Fazil, like that. Okay, around 3 to 4 months only before I went to this company, IT company, Kompaka, formerly known as Kompaka Ibis, now known as Stratec Sendirian Berhad in Petaling Jaya, Selangor. Okay, I think I cut short here. You can surf this. You can surf for if anyone interested. You can surf on my website. Okay, I want to actually. Okay, after Kompaka, I went to this GLC company, Prohasinar Berhad, located in Kuala Lumpur. And I have been working here around 10, 11 years as starting from executive. And then I have been promoted to deputy manager. Okay. During this time, I handling the project IT company lah. Okay, after that, I resigned from Prohas and I am doing my own company. Okay, around 1 years, 2 years more on the services. Okay, like I mentioned before, I am the coach. I am doing the sports services for kids. I am doing my other business. And then I am joining this company. I developed this company as the directors. Okay, until now this company is existing and we are supplying engineers to our clients in KL and Selangor. Okay, actually my focus here I want to explain about my experience in Japan. Okay, for this I will show you my screen. Okay, because I like to show you where is located, where is my location. There, okay, this is Japan. Okay, wait, okay. Anyone have been to Japan before the PKP one? Because my experience in Japan is during PKP, along PKP, end of Okay. End of December, oh sorry, November 2019 until last year November October 2020. You can okay, you can imagine how am I handling my work in Japan during PKP. Alone yeah, I don't bring. I'm not. I tak sempat nak bring my family to Japan, so I work in here alone for about 9 to 10 months. Okay, okay. This is Osaka. Sorry lah, hang lah. Okay, Osaka. My place, my workplace is actually not in the town. Actually, I work in kampung, in the village. Okay, okay. This is Tokushima. Tokushima is actually I considering my second place, my second kampung lah. Okay. Kosmosoko, this is my home actually. This is the drugstore and my condo is located beside here. Okay. So you all can imagine how far Osaka is here. About, yeah, Osaka is about 150 kilometers. Every weekend, every weekend starting from March until October, I consider I went to Osaka, I went to Nara, okay, Kyoto, okay, and also I went to Okayama. And my best experience in Japan is actually in Hiroshima. I went to that atomic bomb scene, the A dome. If you heard about it, later I will show you the pictures. Okay. What I want to tell you about this experience is this is not just the visiting or melancong lah. It is like when we got offers from overseas, we just take it. I remember, still remember, the offer is such lower than my position. My previous position is manager, but they offered me to go to Japan for the position of system engineer. System engineer is much lower, but the salary is not as much as the expert because Japan style of the working environment is still based on the local tangga gaji lah. Okay, but what I'm what why I accept the offer because I want to go to Japan and I want to learn as much and grab as much as experience as possible for me until today. Okay. 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 Back to UIA. This is the best moment lah. Okay. Wait. Okay. This is the best moment in UIA. You all will kita semua akan melalui lah saat ini apabila kita berjalan bangga di hadapan ibu bapa dan para hadirin. But I don't know about the PKP, but hopefully PKP will go away lah. Okay, well, hopefully this will back to normal lah. Because this moment you will never get anywhere at any time. Okay, you got the scroll. You okay? Our beloved lecturers or will see us. Okay, I want to show you my pictures in Japan. Okay, this these are my office. It's not like I said before. This is the office. The only office located around the villages. Okay, di kampung ada sawah padi, ada jagung, ada semua keliling sini. Okay, only this one. Why the office is located in the village? Because the director, the president, we call him Sacho Sang. He is the orang kampung in here lah. His house is just in front of this office. Okay, just a small office, but SoftBank is the like a telecom TM here lah, service provider for telecommunication. Is a big project in Japan, big telecommunication in Japan. Okay, these are my oops. Can you hear? Okay. Like I tell you, this sawah padi. I go to the convenience store. Convenience store is a convenience store because they have no restaurant, or they have no restaurant or like kedai lah dekat sana. You want to buy lunch, we need to go to the convenience store. Okay. Okay, this is my pictures. This is my first arrival in Japan. Okay, this is only masjid. Luckily we have masjid in Tokushima city, but not very many Muslim here. It only open during Isha, Subuh, and also Friday prayer. But unfortunately, this masjid is very far from my office, where we are not able to go to regularly lah. Okay, okay, this is my football. Okay, so if you interested, you can go to my IG. Okay, okay, this experience actually, I went to Osaka. I love football, so I went to all the football stadiums in Japan. I watched the football games twice. Tokushima Vortis City. They played in Division Two of J League. Okay, this is a big, this is a great. I love architecture and also buildings. Actually, this is a palace lah, istana. At that time, the oldest and the biggest, one of the biggest palace in Japan. Okay, okay, this is my wife, my son, my daughter. Okay, okay. Salji also like best experience in our life because we have never have the snow. Okay, this is my boss, Fukuyama-san. He handle. Okay, this is the scene where we went to Japan for our proposal, project proposal to the clients lah. We have actually, I want to tell you about this project. We have disclosed to get the project, but due to the COVID-19, all projects, because this project is involving the airport, Tokyo Haneda Airport, but due to the COVID one, the Olympic has been postponed to this year. So this project also have been scrapped. So I went and I continue with other project. Okay, this is only the halal wagyu. Okay, my boss belanja. Tak. Okay lah, the experience. This experience is okay. What I want to why I show you this, because I want to encourage to all adik-adik, you have opportunity to work not farther from your home. Jauh lah, jauh. Jangan kita terlalu selesa duduk dekat dengan rumah, office depan rumah. Okay. We have to travel. We are encouraged to travel in order to gain experience. We know we build our own network. We gain much knowledge. We learn a lot of opportunities. Do you know that I went to Japan without any basic of Japan, and my office, including the president, the general managers, the managers, all of them are not speaking in English. All are Japanese. So you can imagine how I can communicate with them. But luckily, I have my friends, my Malaysian friends. He experienced, or he studied in Japan for about 10 years. So he he be my translator lah. Okay. So moderator, I have how many times I can proceed? Okay. This is the sakura, one of the best scenery in Japan, because the sakura is not every day. only once or twice a year for I can say that today is 1 year lah, 1 year back. The sakura is already blooming today, starting from now. Okay. So every moment in there I miss it so much. Okay.
You have
Okay,
about
is it
six
loading?
minutes.
Yes. 6 minutes, okay. No problem. Okay, this okay. Like I told you before, this is the Sacho's home. Sacho is president. I look at this Velfire, not Velfire, the executive, Alphard executive. Okay, the bonsai here. Okay, like okay, this is the Ultras Tokushima Votive. Cool, great game, and you should anyone who interested in football, you should go to watch. Even second league or third league, they are so professional. Okay, the stadium I can say that very canggih one. Okay, I also like history. They have the okay, if you can see here, they have the old house. This is like 500 years, 500 years back. Okay, this is the shrine or Tokong, the temple. This is located top of hill. Need to uh, climb the stairs. Okay, the Koshimashi. Okay, okay, football. Okay, the stadium one. Luckily, I bring my Malaysia muffler. Okay. This okay, I have been through all season, 4 seasons. I went to Japan starting fall, winter, and summer and spring and summer. Okay, the winter is so cold, but not every places not every places are snowy, but the temperature is dropped until 5 degree. When it is summer, the temperature rise up to 40. Okay, I think my experience is hotter than in Malaysia. Okay, okay, like I mentioned before, this is the best place of all places in Japan. I went to Hiroshima. I went to the museum, to the Hiroshima Atomic Museum. Okay, you can imagine, this is the famous A dome building before the atomic bomb dropped. Okay, this is the Hiroshima castle. Do you know that the A bomb, the atomic bomb, has completely wiped this castle until zero? Yes, no castle. Okay, this I think everyone not know. Okay, can you see here? Nik Yusof bin Nik Ali. He is the one of our korban lah. Okay, he is a Malaya student at that time. He, Nik Yusof, Abdul Razak, and one more, Allah Yarham, okay, I don't remember the name. Okay, three Malaya student are in Hiroshima when the A bomb struck the city nearly 75 years ago. Okay, I went to his grave. Okay, I went baca Yasin, baca Al-Fatihah, bersihkan kubur dia. It's a nice, kubur here. The graveyard is located in the middle of all other korban of the Hiroshima. He is only one Islam. Okay, kubur Islam satu saja di sini. Yang lain semua Buddha, Shinto, and other religion. Okay, this is my among all places I went to Japan. This is the best experience lah. Okay, this one. Sheikh Omar. Okay, Nick Yusof, Sheikh Omar, and okay, okay. These are the night scenery on the completed bomb. Only this building only survived aftermath of the air bomb. Several months after this, they have the people, the Hiroshima people, they said they want to demolish this building because of the traumatic experience. They don't want to see any existence, any proof of the atomic bomb. But uh, after discussion with the local authorities, with the governments, they said they preserve this building for our untuk peringatan lah, okay, for our peringatan di masa hadapan untuk anak-anak cucu dan and also because I also love history, I also love history. Okay, this is the history of the why the war is started. Okay, for World War II, this is the atomic bomb. Okay, the size of the air bomb. If you have after PKP, you have time or you have opportunity, just go to Hiroshima. I highly encourage you all to go. Okay, Hiroshima and Nagasaki, but the location is very far. Hiroshima is okay. Hiroshima is, I think, is not very far from Osaka, but the Nagasaki one, Nagasaki is very far. Okay, okay, adik-adik, untuk you nak tahu, you can search on my FB because I have public this news for you all. Okay, for I think for conclusion, okay, now, okay, I don't put in here. Now, after 1 year in Japan, I have resigned. I have applied to resign due to PKP. I am not able to bring my family to Japan, so I resigned lah. Put my resignation letter, and then I go back without I apply yet any position in Malaysia. I just go back first. Macam gamble lah. Okay. Like I believe in rezeki actually. I believe in my fortune. I just tawakal because I am resigning with a good cause, which I have preferred because the Japan the position in Japan is permanent actually, not contract, no part time or so on. I have the, maybe I don't show you. Let me show. I have the, okay, this is Hiroshima. Okay, later I will show you if I have time. I have the card, residential card. Okay, where is my residential card? Okay, this one I went to Nara. Okay, I'm not interested in Gundam, but I went to the Gundam base in Tokyo. Okay, wait, I want to show you my residential card. Okay, okay. This is my residential card. Is it valid until July this year? Okay, you see 7/7/2021. Okay. Wait, I click here because, okay, this card actually, when I have this card, I am part of the local people lah, in Japan. So actually, if they don't have the PKP, I just use this card to go to Japan. Okay, now is March. I have about 4 days, 4 months. Okay, footballer, if you know Hadi Fayad, the only Malaysian to play football in Japanese league. I met him at Yokoyama. Okay, he speak good Japanese actually, even though 1 year plus plus. Okay, okay. And also he belanja me to ride the bullet train. I went to from Okayama to Hiroshima like 45 minutes. For the normal train, it took me about three hours lah. Okay. So moderator, I think I have I want just one sentence or to close. I reiterate or I repeat again. My conclusion is that any opportunities you involve, okay, adik-adik, just involve dalam programming ke engineering ke, that is your knowledge, but you must involve also in your activities. Uh, Sports, any, yeah, like engineers, like these engineers, you must actively active. You just hold a position, just ask position, president, secretary, any position, and yeah, you manage one activities, one project, and then this you will find this project, this experience in this project will help you a lot during interview and also during work time. Okay, thank you very much. Assalamualaikum warahmatullah.
Thank you, Brother Muhammad Imran, for your speech. Next, please welcome our second speaker for today, Sister Nofaizah binti Muhammad Noor, to share her experience. Please welcome.
Thank you, moderator. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Dear sisters and brothers, my name is Nur Faizah Nadia binti Muhammad Noor. You can call me Kak Nadia. Okay, I graduated from IIUM in 2005. Basically, the same year as Brother Imran and Brother Safwan, but they might not know me back then because I was very introvert, a quiet person, but I know them. Okay, so without further ado, I want to share with you my life experience as an engineer. Okay, so this is my journey as an engineer. Alhamdulillah, Allah has planned well for me in my career journey. Is that from the moment I studied communication engineering until today, everything fall into places, meaning I stick to what I'm doing. So I entered IIUM matriculation in 1999. And after a year in 2000, December, I moved to degree program in January in the main campus until December 2004. And then in August 2005, we all graduated. Okay, upon graduation, the first 6 months of my career started with I enrolled myself in a graduate trainee program by MDEC. Last time it was called as MDC, whereby they recruit all the graduated students from the ICT-based, basically mostly from the computer and some of the telecommunications to be absorbed into the companies in Cyberjaya, because at that time Cyberjaya is a newly open area and they want to boost out the ICT. So all these companies are taking all the fresh grads to work with them for 6 months. And in these 6 months, not only we given the work experience, we also been calling every month we will group up in MDEC for training. So we attend communication skill training, we attend I forgot lah, but a lot of trainings which prepare us for the real working world. So, and then we also have team buildings and such. Unfortunately, at that time, I was hoping to be allocated at Ericsson because last time Ericsson is the only telco companies based in Cyberjaya. But I was placed in a small IT company whereby I've been assigned to do programming. Actually, I have to come up with at that time I have to come up with the prayer apps for phone. To be honest, when I first started, I cried because I'm not good at programming and I hate programming. So, but then my boyfriend back then, which is my husband now, is very good in programming. So he helps me a lot to go through the 6 months, the first 6 months of my life. But I do enjoy all the trainings provided by the MDEC because to be honest, I'm an introvert person. So and I lack self-confidence. So this training actually helped me to how to manage, how to communicate better with people, how to do presentations and such. So it's very, very helpful. So after 6 months training program ended, um, I started to search for the real job. So I applied to all the telcos company in Malaysia. Basically at the time, the three main key player is Maxis, Celcom and DG. So I've been called for the interview for all the three telcos, and Maxis has offered me a job. And a week after I received an offer from Maxis, actually Celcom also offered me, but I declined because at that time Maxis was the best telco in Malaysia. So I want to grab the opportunity to learn in Maxis. So in 2005 until 2007, I become the RF. RF stands for radio frequency and optimization engineer. I was based for in East Coast region. At the time, the group up is like according to the regions. We have central, we have eastern, you have east coast, and you have southern. Oh, also we have northern. Okay, sorry. So interestingly, when I first joined, I was the only female engineer at that time, and basically, I have no female friends. I only make friends with the secretary and the admins. But then it's hard to keep up the friendship because for us engineer, last time we always work outside at sites, and at that time memang rare lah nak jumpa perempuan. So as you can see the photo, this is my East Coast team. I'm the only girl there. My first problem or my first challenge is that to be accepted in the team. Not that these brothers are not accepting me, no. It's just that, okay, when I first joined, actually my team is actually 70% of a new team, newly recruited team, but all of them with working experience. Only me is the only one fresh grads. So first of all, some of them already married, and some of them are dating or become someone fiance, and they sort of like scared to be close or to talk to me also because mungkin takut wife marah ke, girlfriend merajuk ke, like that. So I pula I'm introvert. So kalau orang tak start dulu, memang I akan diam je lah. So interestingly, I remember my first month working, my manager called me and then to one-on-one, and he said very, very, very quiet. This is not healthy for this working environment. I want you to be more proactive, to mingle around and to talk more because I can barely hear your voice. So my boss cakap, if you don't improve this in 1 month, I nak every day you have a logbook and you have to jot down to whom you talk. And by the end of the day, you have to submit to me. So masa tu macam I was like not comfortable, but then I try to think what is the best solution to combat my shyness, my fear. So what I did is that we have few regions. Okay, for central region, we have a lot of Chinese. So the Chinese male, as compared to the Malay, they are not really macam takut lah nak be close to us and that. So I find a mentor there. So whenever I have free time in the office, I'll go to them and then I just try cakap, I want to learn, can you teach me build up the friendship. And then when these guys see me, comforted guys from different regions, so they all started to open up and slowly everything become fine. So okay, if you see my roles there, I'm an RF. I pernah buat frequency planning. Actually, frequency planning is more on the planning engineer. Tapi during my time as an RF and optimization engineer, you have to know everything. So it's like they have a job rotation so that whenever, let's say, one people is the frequency planner of the team, let's say he's sick or anything, somebody else can replace easily. So I'm also the optimization engineer. And during my 2 years in Maxis, my boss nominated me as the committee on the coordination and assignment of frequencies along Malaysian Thailand common border under MCMC. So every year, MCMC, I think every quarter, they will have a meeting with all the telco representative on each border of this country towards other countries. So in my case, because I'm in charge of East Coast region, so our border, international border is with Thailand. So we will gather quarterly to discuss the issues of coverage spilling, overshooting, and such. Interestingly, during my time, the technical committees are all, even the representative from Celcom, DG, MCMC are all like people in the age group of 30s to 40s. So I was the youngest, and they surprisingly they accepted me well, although I'm very young and my experience is so little as compared to them. So there I get the opportunities to mix well, because these people who represent is not a normal person. Like I'm very at that time I'm very close to this head of operations in Celcom. So and it's just a short group up we've done meetings, but then I have built good relationship with him. When in fact that after we come back to our office, KL, he did offered me to switch from Maxis to Celcom because he believes in me, and he's interested to work with me. So yeah, when you join this some of the, become like Brother Imran said, you do something that is not related, not so related to your work. Also, you mingle around, sometimes you meet interesting people that will help you to boost your career actually. So actually I was with Maxis on a contract basis for 2 years contract. So as soon as my contract is almost finishing in 2007, I plan to get married. Okay, so well, for me, I always plan ahead of what I want to do and what my career path should be. So I feel like in 2 years in Maxis, I've learned a lot as a telco provider. And but then it wasn't enough for me. I want to learn more. Okay, at that time in 2007, Malaysia just started the 3G WCDMA technology. Before this, we are all in GSM 2G. So I see the way Maxis set up the new 3G team is that they prioritize it's a bit political. So, and then they prioritize only certain people to be in this pioneer group of the WCDMA. So seeing that, I believe if I stayed in Maxis, my future in 3G would be held back like within another 2 or 3 years until I get to hold in this new technology. So I start seeking my options, and I know that if I work in a vendor means those company who support this telco like Maxis, DG, Celcom, they are the one who provide the infrastructure and services until the new sites on air. Then they pass it to the telco company to maintain. So I believe when I see the way they work, it interested me a lot because with vendor, you are not working as like a normal RF optic engineer, like for 1 year you just do whatever the task that you have to do. In vendor, you are working as a project basis, meaning some projects can be as short as 1 month, some project 3 months, 6 months, and even years. So there is a chance for you to learn a new technology within 1 year, a few technologies in 1 year, because if you go into a certain project and then you hop on into another project, then I feel that I will gain more experience there. And the chances of me to learn WCDMA at that time, I feel like it's higher than if I stay in Texas. Also, I never work in a project delivery. So I want to challenge myself to go to the vendors. So then I start sending my resume. Ericsson was my favorite among the vendors because Ericsson has been in Malaysia since 1964. More than 50 years. So, and then in the telecommunication world, worldwide, Ericsson has been there more than 120 years already. So I believe this is the best company that I can learn if I want to learn more on the communication technology. So Alhamdulillah, after going through 3 series of interviews, I managed to place myself. And like I said, in 2007, I got married and then I switched job. So during my interview with Ericsson, I already stated that, yeah, I think because one, you already have experience. So when my interviewer asked me, what I want to highlight or anything, any special request, I just said, frankly, I said, okay, I will be married soon to start a family. So I am hoping that I will be given a task or projects which is locally based because I don't want to travel. You see, most of the, I know that a vendor, mostly the projects is worldwide. You'll be sent here and there for 3 months, 6 months. So I feel that this is not okay for me. So I voice out. And I'm so lucky that my boss, future boss at that time, saying that no problem, I'll be based you in a PDC team, which is a remote delivery team. So I'll still do international projects, but I remote delivery from KL. So so like I said, Allah has planned well for me. I got what I wanted. So I moved to Ericsson and I embarked my career in Ericsson in 2008 until today. So it has been 13 years and so far I'm enjoying my work. So I have no plan to move to another company yet because career-wise, I see myself growing, and family-wise, I see I still can manage. And as a female engineer, I still can survive. But then, yes, if you see the photos that I shared, okay, for the in under Ericsson, you see me sitting down with a bunch of guys. Okay, that's the teams that I managed last year for our local project with Celcom. So I'm the regional lead for Eastern region. So basically, I'm the technical manager to manage the project for Eastern region for Celcom network. So these are the guys who working with me, and the lady standing there is our admin. So throughout my career from Maxis to Ericsson, if I show you all my photos, memang I'm the only flower among the thorns most of the time. So after 13 years, I already get used to it and I know how to manage it. If last time the challenge is how do I mingle? The challenge is how do I mingle with the seniors and the engineers as a co-workers. Now the challenge is to how to manage the team, a bunch of guys, you know. Yang kadang-kadang their expertise is more than me actually. But then because I am like managing the projects, and also giving some technical consultations. So yeah, they have to listen to me, which is like a bit hard at first, but then as days goes by, I learned how to handle and tackle issue. Um, so far I'm working fine, and I'm happy with my team. And okay, currently Ericsson, we are doing a lot of testing for 5G. So in Alhamdulillah lah, working in Ericsson, I already have 2G from my Maxis previous experience. Now in Ericsson, I learned 3G, 4G, and now 5G. So now we are actively involved in testing, because soon, I think in Q3, just announced by the government early this year, that we're going to do a 5G rollout soon. So it's going to be interesting, and I'm so happy that I get to see the technology evolving from 2G, 3G, 4G, and 5G. So that's all for my journey. So by the way, I'm married with 3 children. I got a son and a pair of twin girls. So it was not an easy thing to be an female engineer and having a pair of twins as well. But then Alhamdulillah, I've gone through that. Memang susah, tapi so far manageable lah. And by the way, if you notice from the photo, sitting beside me in my graduation photo is my husband. Last time we just friends, and we just started dating after we graduated, and we came back to UIA for graduation as a couple. So yeah, he's also an IIUM graduate from mechatronics engineering. And then yeah, so the advantages is that when you come from both the same line, you sort of understanding each other well in terms of your career commitment. So kalau pasangan balik lambat ke, ataupun macam the teamwork is better lah, I feel, when you have your partner same line as you. Okay. So next, okay, I just want to share. Adik-adik kat sini ada yang ladies kan? I hope that one commu students, so the sisters. So actually last year I have been to UIA and give the talk, and at that time we were given a chance to give a topic what you want. So what I did is I give a topic of surviving as a female engineer in the male dominated world. So surprisingly, last time I got a lot of good feedback. So I decided this year I'm gonna do same sharing for these new students here. So okay, challenge as a female engineer, I group up it as a three main challenge lah. One, from the moment you started interview, because during my time it was like 15 years back, female engineer lagi lah kurang. So in order for you to sell yourself in the interview, is very challenging, I feel. So what I can say is that you have to do your homework. Do homework on the companies that you really want to work, because they want to know how well that you know them, one thing. And then share your potential. You don't need to share that, oh, I got Dean's List, I got CGPA, this and that, because they can read it from your transcript. But then they want to know what are other side of you that they can use it well, and you become the assets of the company, such as you are a good team player, okay, and then you're willing to learn, you adapt fast. You need to show that, you need to sell yourself. So in my case, when I first interviewed with Maxis, the most I know, to become an RF engineer, there are 2 criteria that you need to fulfill. One, you are not afraid of height, because you're required to climb the tower. So I'm not, Alhamdulillah. And then for optimization engineer, you are dia akan tanya satu soalan yang we rasa macam pelik je. Dia tanya, kalau pernah membaca dalam kereta tak? Ada rasa pening tak? I feel a bit weird at that time, but rupa-rupanya it's because as an optimization engineer at the time, we do a lot of drive testing. When you do a lot of drive testing, you have to bring your laptop together during the drive, and there will be a driver driving, and while you are analyzing the data, recording the data, and do some of the readings. So kalau you jenis mabuk dalam kereta, this is not the job for you. Okay. And then what I can see is the perception. When I first started my job 16 years back, like Brother Imran said, engineering is not a common course for IIUM. So kalau sebut je I'm graduated from IMUM, orang macam cakap, oh ada course engineering. Ingatkan jadi ustazah, lawyer, like that. So at that time, I macam I need to prove to them that yes, IIUM have engineering, and the graduates are also as the same quality as UTM students or UM student or USM students. That perception we need to change, and then we also have to macam highlight that this is an international university, and I'm well versed in English, which is an added advantage for me to work with people around the globe. So, okay. Another perception is that perempuan ni lemah. Lagi-lagi people like me, because I'm introvert, I pemalu, pendiam, soft spoken. So people thought I cannot do this, I cannot do that. I remember when I went for my tower climbing training, because we need to get certified before we can actually do tower climbing. Some of the guys in my team laughed at me. One thing, because I'm very short, even the smallest harness is too longer for me. But then actually I'm not afraid of height, and actually I love activities that like macam nature and everything. So I did well on my training, and I got my cert. So I remember I asked the trainer to took a photo of me, because back then kita tak ada digital photo. Kita GSM kan, kita tak ada lagi all this phone with photo and all. Kita pakai DSLR camera. Then I bring back and I showed my team, hey, I can do it as well. I manage, I successful. So that's the perception. Also kadang bila kita pergi field test, they sort of macam, Nadia, tak payahlah, nanti you jatuh. Ataupun macam I nak drive the 4-wheel drive, when we go to outskirt dekat East Coast, macam all the Felda and everything kan, kita nak buat site survey. Janganlah nanti Kang tayar tersangkut, macam mana you seorang-seorang. That one perception is the challenge lah. So kita kena prove slowly that we are actually capable as well. So workplace challenge, mostly as I said juga, and then mostly I feel that the workplace challenge is when you become a wife and a mom. As soon as you become a mom, like macam for example after confinement, especially with the twins, I need to do regular pumping for my babies. But then I cannot, because most of the time my meetings are back to back, and then baru je nak pergi pump, nanti dah diorang panggil sebab kita project kan, prepare for meeting and all. So that one was a challenge, but I managed to breastfeed my kids until 1 year old. How I do it is like I tak boleh time ni, I cari time lain. Macam I always feel like macam when there is a will, there is a way. So okay, so to overcome, here are some of the tips that I can share with you. Okay, be fearless. You have to conquer your fear and voice out your opinion. Macam I used to be very quiet, and because I love to observe people. I hate to be in the limelight because I cepat rimas dengan ramai-ramai orang. But then as I work progressively, I know that my field of work, I need to communicate with people. I need to present a lot. So I said to myself, how do I cater this? So what I did is I joined some of the CSR in Ericsson. Some programs is not working related in Ericsson. So when there is a chance like to give a talk and such, I challenge myself to volunteer like this program as well. So last year I challenged myself to give a talk to the students. So because I think this is a time for me to give back to the adik-adik, so that I want you to be more better than me lah. I want to see more female engineers lah in the industry. So and then do what you love. Okay, passion work framework means do what you love. In as an optimization RF engineer, um, I what I love. Okay, I love to most of the time I love to analyze. I love to solve problem, but then I don't like the interaction. So this is a bit suited to me because as an engineer working for the telco, we monitor the performance and everything. We are actually dealing with data and stats in tools, and then this part you are not dealing with people so much. So I do it the best as I can because this is my time to shine. So I can solve problems. I can highlight some things and everything. So I use what I'm passionate of to build up my and to be seen and then to stand out. So from there, then when I got the awards, then the people start noticing me, and then they will hire me for the high ranking projects. So and yeah, and then you build your experience, grab any opportunities that you can. You try to diversify, meaning if you are an optimization engineer, you can also go when you have free time, you go to the planning team, planning engineers. You said boleh tak I nak learn this tool, macam mana guna dia, macam mana kalau I nak ni buat ni, belajar je. So walaupun dia tak related sangat to your work now, one day it might be useful, and then you build a rapport to the other team, so that it's senang bila when you become like me now. I'm managing a team, and I have to manage, I have to communicate with a lot of departments and all, so I dah kenal orang and it's become more easier. Okay, and then time management. So yeah,
Sister Nadia, I think your time is up, but can you
okay,
conclude
yeah, this
everything?
is the last point actually.
Okay.
So for okay, time management, when you dah kahwin nanti, as a mom, as a woman, you need to prioritize. Okay, let's say like macam working hours, you nak prioritize apa, you kena prioritize your work. After hours, if you have to work, you still have to prioritize your family. So how do you do that? You kena plan ahead. You buat satu checklist yang mana lebih penting, yang mana kurang penting, macam tu. And then life as an engineer memang stressful. I think any job also sebenarnya semua stressful. Tapi what you can do is that you have to love yourself as well. Take a time to chill out. Tak kisahlah 5 minit, 10 minit. Kalau tak dapat satu hari pun, you need to balance. You have to refresh yourself. So this is the conclusion of my sharing. So thank you, moderator.
Thank you, Sister Nadia. Very beneficial sharing for the woman point of view. Next, we will move to Brother Muhammad Ashraf bin Abdurrahim to deliver his talk. Thank you.
Hello everyone, Assalamualaikum.
Waalaikumsalam.
This is actually my first time delivering or a speech or involved in any activities with alumni or IIUM. So pardon me if there is any shortcomings from myself. Very great sharing from our dearest brother and sister before me. So right now, let me share my screen. So are you all seeing my screen? If are you all seeing my screen, you can just menyampuk and say yes, or type in the chat. Are you responding well, or is there any help that I need to do before I proceed?
Yes, brother, we can see your screen.
Okay, good. Assalamualaikum everyone. the Torchbearers of Ummah, Garden of Knowledge and Virtue, IIUM. I'm Ashraf Rahim. Actually, the story was I was invited to this talk by Dr. Hasma. And the moment that she asked, when did you graduated? I forgot when. So presumably it was 2010 until 2015, the year of my study. And I've checked with my scroll is correct. So let's proceed. We are at 11:29, approaching 11:30 now. So I hope everyone has the amanah to keep my time. Let's not make me go more than 20 minutes. So if I get to 11:50, please put your name in the chat and I'll stop right away. So nothing much about me, nothing great, but this is just my journey during my study. I am actually I would say a people's people. I started the first business since I was 7. Then it grew and grew and grew until I met some friends during my study. And we opened up our new company. And Alhamdulillah, by the end of the degree time, which was supposed to be 4 years, but some tambah tolak, and I graduated with honors in communication engineering. And this is my proudest picture because I graduated at net worth of 250,000 worth of my company revenue. And we managed to bought our own printing machine. And we managed to supply more than 1,000 t-shirts to IIUM. And not just t-shirts, but all kind of printing materials. And our team was proud of that. We even had our rector that time, the lady rector, Datu. I forgot. She attended our booth at Starbucks, IIUM, and pre-something, the convocation ceremony. And she launched our t-shirt. We had some celebrities that used our t-shirt and launched the t-shirt during the event. So we were proud of that. So long story short, that was the story during my study. But of course, all of us graduated in time and we ventured into our career path. I started my internship in Aker Engineering, Kuala Lumpur in 2014. It is a global MNC company based in Norway. At that time, we were designing the communication system for oil and gas offshore platforms. We started with HES Carigali in Begading offshore Kelantan. At that time, I was part of the FEED design team for communication engineering. FEED means front end and spectrum something. And then after that, I continued for my 4th year in IIUM and graduated in 2015 and joined Omega Integration. I'm actually based in Johor Bahru, but I'm on secondment for a year in Singapore. So I serve as a project engineer involving in FAT, SAT, which Omega Integration is a system integrator for communication system for oil and gas. You can look around this company in Google. It is a global SME that installs satellites, radio frequency, ship-to-ship, ship-to-air kinds of communication. So my first project in Korea later than 2016 was Petronas FLNG 1. I was the one that set up all the communication system inside out the vessel until it approved to be sailed away. But due to oil and gas budget, the OPEX and CAPEX budget does not allow me to join the sail away to Malaysia. So in their journey, traveling from Korea to Malaysia, they had a communication breakdown somewhere in Taiwan. So they reached me using a satellite phone, which I set up prior to their traveling. And then I guided them from Shah Alam. And at that time they were on the sea. How do you turn back on the VSAT system and communicate back to the land? So basically, I commissioned more than 5 vessels in Korea at that time from 2015 to 2017. So we did for some offshore vessels, some offshore platforms, and after that, I found a new career path back in Schneider Electric Malaysia. I signed up my employment offer in 2017 as a field service engineer. You can look up Google. Schneider Electric is the world's most sustainable corporation. It is an MNC 500 Fortune companies, and it was founded about 185 years ago with more than 150 countries over the world and more than 100 35,000 employees over the world. So during my time as a field service engineer, I worked out myself in the data center critical power and cooling. I was a software engineer in charge and handling the operation system of monitoring, cloud monitoring, on-premise and off-premise solution. I later then conquer and master the knowledge of technical and move to commercial. As of now, I am the account manager of field services sales, still in Schneider Electric. But since I've ventured into business, I saw a lot of opportunities hanging around our country, especially during 2014. That time, our country relied most on oil and gas. So that was why I was there. And then I saw the country was moving into energy direction. And that was why I pivoted my career path into energy. And post-pandemic, we see one of the best recession-proof business is agriculture and livestock, which contribute more than 40% of our gross domestic products, if you go by the 2020 statistics post-pandemic. And then you can find my next business is We Farm Sinar Berhad and Asfa Energy Sinar Berhad, which I have co-founded and founded, and we are based in Negeri Sembilan. We are now in the midst of setting up everything with a 1 million paid up capital. Of course, we are a startup company. And by next Monday, we are meeting up with the CEO of Suruhanjaya Tenaga. And by next Wednesday, hopefully with the CEO of TNB. And there are more coming meetup and opportunities that we would like to share the privilege among all of our connections. Moving on, after, not to say after, but inside this career path, the gist of my career path that I would like to share with my dearest brothers and sisters. I know you would like to talk about how best the resume would be, or what's best to present yourself to the people in your career. But I would say the secret recipe of everything is the art of people. Master the interpersonal skills. It's never about you know who, but it's always about who knows you. So be visible, go around, travel, work your way hard, and master the knowledge, then look into opportunities. That's why I had the chance to have a coffee talk with our Schneider Electric Global Senior VP, and I had the chance to be the moderator of a talk show with our country president, our directors, and then during our offshore sailing in Korea waterway onwards to Japan, I had the chance to work closely with the ship captain and dynamic positioning officer, which one was from Poland and one was from Canada. We shared stories because we spent 24/7 on the sea without internet, without nothing. Friends are all we got. And we, not to say we utilize, but we leverage the relationship and make best as we can. And then socially, I involve myself as the chairman of my apartment residence joint management body. Then I joined as the head of Exco of Persatuan Haiwan Malaysia. Then I'm also one of the Exco of Persatuan Pelindung Khazanah Alam, and that had bring my opportunities way to the Parliament of Malaysia. So I would like to share these stories to my dearest brothers and sisters. Find a way. If you have the will, like Kak Nadia just mentioned, there's always a way. If you cannot work out yourself in this direction, then find another direction, because you will always be successful. Like in my slide here, brothers and sisters, pay your attention to this slide. You are now in the university, and I believe you know way better than me in calculus, because I took few times. So let me tell you, life is a reflection and why. I would like to write something on my screen first. Okay. So what I'm saying here, life is a reflection, because in your life, this is a graph of e to the power of x. In your life, e is everything else. And x here is you with 140% effort. And E here is everything else, including Allah, will of power, including the nature, including the financial income of yours, including everything that is beyond your control. But you are X. And if you put 140% effort, you will be exponentially successful. Why? Because regardless of where you start, either you are negative or positive, if you put enough positive numbers there, you will be exponentially successful. Well, knowledge is always a power, but wisdom is liberty. Just like your university is a garden of knowledge and virtue. Chase 50% knowledge, but don't forget that 50% virtue, and be graduated as the torchbearers of Ummah truthfully. And my last slide will be, it's just about me. And if you want to talk to me and reach me out, here's my QR code. Feel free to scan. It will link you up to my few other links. So thank you, organizer and Kuliah of Engineering, for having me today. I hope that I earned the privilege of your time. Ashraf Rahim, thank you.
Thank you so much, Brother Ashraf Rahim. Very beautiful presentation, just like the equation. Next, we will moving to our fourth presenter, for our fourth speaker for today, Brother Safwan bin Samsudin, for his sharing session. Please welcome.
Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I hope everyone seeing my video at the moment. Okay, my name is Safwan Samsudin. I'm graduated from Computer Information Engineering. Back then, same batch as Imran and Sister Nadia. Okay, I'd like to share you just some of slides that I prepared because I've entered. This is my first time joining the alumni sessions. So I was notified last yesterday evening to join this. So apologize for my shortcoming today. Is everyone hearing me at the moment?
Yes, we can hear you, Brother Safwan.
Okay, Alhamdulillah, very fine. Okay, it might be share you my slides today. Where is it? Share screen. Okay, sharing my journey of becoming an engineer. Okay, I've started my education in IUM, and after IUM, I tried to look forward and seek some jobs in 2005. But after 2 months of hoping to get my, my favorite jobs of actually, I'm looking forward to become a VLSI engineer in Freescale or Western Digital. But during that time, the competitiveness was so high. And then I've met a friend from University Malaya and asked me to join nowadays what they call a SLIPS program, but back then it was by under Selangor's Human Resource Development Center. I've joined for 6 months to gain some social skills and technical skills in engineering, and mainly on automations. After 6 months, I've joined Metronic Engineering. So this is my path career. You can see from Metronic, I jumped to Tri-System, and then I'll elaborate more in the next slides. Okay, that's a picture of me. Back then, Brother Imran, he was on my right, and I'd like to everyone to recite Al-Fatiha to our late brother Saiful Azri on my in the picture on my left side, which is Al-Fatiha. Bismillah. Yeah, okay, brother Azri, Saiful Azri, he met an accident after graduated. in 2005. I can't remember, was it in 2006? So he's part of our team in our batch in 2005 graduations. So next, I've started my career in electronic engineering through SHRDC. So from here, you can see all the SHRDC's automations group team. We were the second batch of the program. And then most of us, I think all of us got jobs rightly after the programs. And then I've joined Metronic Engineering as a service engineer. So these are my roles or job responsibilities. It's basically why I put my job responsibility here so everyone can know. Brothers and sisters, my adik-beradik, adik-adik itu, you can see what are the possible roles that you can have in automation engineering. Even though I'm graduated from computer information engineering, but don't narrow down yourself. You need to look forward. So even though your specialty is a niche, but niche is very good, make it specialized, but try to find a broader market. So automation is a broader market of computer engineering. So it's more basically on programming as well. And maybe you need to brush up more on your electronics and micro E as well, and networking. So I don't want to read everything here, so you can see. And then my next career is in tri-system engineering since 2006. I was in Metronic just for 6 months, and I jumped to oil and gas sector because during that time I found out that oil and gas sector just started booming, and I've joined the tri-system engineering and automations, safety and fire and gas system control to all the big players in Malaysia, such as ExxonMobil's, Charigalis, Murphy Oils, Nippon's, Shell's, Hibiscus, most of them. So you can see from the picture, on the top left picture, it was one of my last day as a head unit of commissioning positions, and all the other pictures were in the oil rigs, oil and gas plants. And on the bottom right there, you can see that was I went to Saudi in Jubail to give a training to technicians for fire and gas field devices, how to set up and install and commissioning for them. These were my roles. As you can see, it's a bit lengthy. Yeah, you need to design the fire and gas and safety instrumented safety system, or we call it shutdown systems, by using function block diagram and ladder logic diagram with human interface programming. Most of the programming you use C programming or basic programming, and for the ladder logic, that's maybe quite similar as a PLC programming. And I've been an acting service manager on manpower and contractual meeting when the manager is absent. So when he was absent, I need to take over his roles to attend contractual meetings. That's where I start to learn on how to make a contract, write contractual documents. I'm also a product trainer for Detronics and Triconnects. Triconnects, yes, like Brother Ashraf, he used to be an engineer in Schneider. Now Triconnect was taken over by Schneider. Last time it was from Invensys. Then I pursued my study in 2012 because in tri-system, it was a bit hectic job. I need to be on call like doctors, even though you are service engineers, and then I move up into a head of commissioning engineer. But somehow when all the manpower left to sites or to projects, I need to take over their roles. And then I was taught to take a break to continue my studies. And I continued my studies in Perth, Australia, in electrical engineering, because I would like to know more on technical things on electrical. If you know the guy who sat beside me or stand over beside me, he is Dr. Jazlan, the mechatronics engineering lecturer in UAE at the moment. I met him when he was pursuing his PhD. And then I continued by using Mara's scheme, doctorate study in Loughborough in 2014. So I had a very new experience in Loughborough, whereby is the PhD's learning is a bit different, because you need to be self-taught. You are not spoon-fed. You're not spoon-fed by your supervisors or everyone amongst you. So you need to be proactive, get informations. And then I'd like to advise to all the brothers and sisters to be proactive to get information, be proactive to move yourself. And then don't be shy. I used to be a bit introvert, what as Sister Nadia said. She also was introvert last time, but that won't be a stop. It won't stop you to move up. You need to put some encouragement to yourself to move up. So that from the picture there, you can see that behind me on the top left corner picture was my second supervisor. And then you can see on side screen there, I was given a conference in Seoul, Korea. And on the left bottom, I was also part of the Mitsubishi Electric Research Center researcher. So during my PhD study, I need to move up to Scotland, where MERS office located, and also the test house located. So mainly my sector is more on building energy and environment, and they gave me the opportunity because they would like to develop a control algorithm and systems that I've developed with my supervisors based on the quantitative and qualitative studies. On the bottom right of the picture, you can see that was amongst the studies session that I need to take the human thermological data and put it into a quantitative, from qualitative to quantitative. From there, I've created some algorithm and mathematical algorithm just by using MATLAB and some other softwares like Transys Design Builders. And I combine those softwares to get an appropriate algorithm, and we tested it again for a few sessions. It was about nearly 120 sessions I had to get together the participants to complete my studies. And about 3 years and 3 months, my Mara loan already finished, so I need to move up back to Malaysia. But I've continued my write-ups in Malaysia, and before that, I've also part of the Energy Building Council Annex 69's expert group workshop discussions. I've been to London, Seoul, and Nagoya in 2016. So we discussed on how to improve the current building standards and also the European standards. whereby they call it the SIPC and also the American standards. How to combine that, because there I learned new things which is beyond the computer engineering scopes, but somehow learning. Please learn. My advice to brothers and sisters: keep learning. Never stop learning until you die, because until this stage, actually what you learn is very little, very small. So Allah give us knowledge like a pinch of salt. So you need to find other knowledge, so many knowledge. There's so many knowledge in the world. So once you learn until this part, you can see how big is the knowledge and how small you are. And then when back home, I've joined Honeywell Engineering by using my master's degree as a lead engineer and also a branch manager before I left the company. So it's still an oil and gas sector. I was in Sarawak for 2 years to take over the branch over there with 7 staff. So sometimes I need to be at site, because when engineers, they were only like 4 engineers and 2 administrative staff over there, and including me. I need to take over some of the engineers' role when they are not available to be on site. So you can see, even though you need to pray just in front of the pipeline there, it's quite dangerous, but somehow don't forget your salah. Remember, don't forget your salah. Okay, this my job responsibilities in Honeywell. So and I also need to do some sales and technical supports with all the clients to get new jobs, new contracts, and contract renewal as well. And after that, I jumped back to Peninsula in Selangor, where after I found out my wife pregnant for our 3rd children, so I need to move back, because we don't have many friends there in Sarawak. So I need somebody to take care of my wife if I'm in Miri, I need to travel sometimes. So that's why I take thought about 2 months. I give a thought and then move back to Selangor, and now as a head of project coordinator in another different sector, which is civil and building engineering. But I'm more into project management, so I need to use my project management skills to ensure a job is secure and complete by time. Okay, this is my job responsibilities. Also manage the company website, since they know that I can do the programming for website, and also did some online marketing last time. Despite that, I've also ventures into other odd jobs. Okay, during my master's and PhD studies, I've had few odd jobs, like a floor engineer, what we call it a molding cleaner, just a normal cleaner, a general cleaner. So put yourself down to earth and take any jobs, because when you are in someone place, in someone country, try to take some other jobs that you never experienced. And back then in Malaysia, why? That put down how hard actually they clean your buildings, clean your house, and you need to appreciate everyone from bottom level to top level, because when everyone is together, it will make a complete world. I was also a lab instructor for Islamic High School in Perth. It was called Langford Islamic High School, and I was also a lab instructor in Loughborough University. And at the moment, while I'm working as a head project coordinator in SSI, but I'm also do some freelancing work for Honeywell Engineering under my own company actually. And other activities I've enrolled in UAE was engineers. It's a good societies. Please enjoy your moments in a bachelor degree, because what I can see from my other studies, your bachelor degrees having the best moment. Okay, please perish your moments at the moment. And then I become a much my WSA committees in Perth, which is a student Malaysian student committee in Perth, and then Malaysian MML secretary, which is we call it Masyarakat Melayu Loughborough secretary in Loughborough. So just make yourself active. Try to be not to be outstanding, but to be recognized. And I've also joined as a ASHRE East UK Student Committee, whereby I handle students' universities discussions amongst Loughborough universities and other universities in that regions for American ASHRE's standards. Okay, my advice for those who are looking for jobs, I mean for brothers and sisters, during interview, try to control 50% of the interview sessions. Don't be too quiet and just waited for questions. Then don't be too talkative, because some interview will tend to annoy. And please be honest. If you don't know, just be honest. And then, but you need to give some explanation and your interest in that positions. And then beforehand, you need to study the background of the company before interview and show the interest on that job. And you need to communicate with people, get more general and current knowledge on the field. It's because some interview, they won't ask you directly on technical things, but they just want to talk to you to see how do you understand the real world. So get more general and current knowledge on your field, because they try to relate to their companies. And extra activities will be an additional strength to your resume. That's how people select you before the interview. That's also how I select people from interview. Okay, so far that's all for me. Any questions?
Thank you, Brother Safwan bin Samsudin. Next, we will go to the Q&A session. If the student have any question, you can open your mic and ask, or you can write in the chat box. Anyone have question? If not, then I will ask the question first. My question is, during our theoretical class, especially in programming, we in CIE under ECE department, we have a few, I think, C++ and maybe Python in our third year. Does the basic, the very basic is enough, or we need to, or your advice is to study alone to make the skill better? Any speaker can answer.
Okay, I think I can answer on that.
You can answer.
Okay, we need to prepare ourselves on the fundamental, basic one, like asas lah. What is the asas? Because during our employment or our career path later, the uh, the programming skill will be much developed. We need to do some certain new language. As for myself, I am basic in ASP classic, yeah, not the ASP.NET one. I am, but I am developing from time to time. I'm learning a new things. When I went to Japan, I learned the new thing on the .NET things. When I back from Japan, I am also learning on the API things, on the JSON, on the because most of it are on the mobile app development. So as example for currently for our student now, you just prepare on your basic. You know the syntax, you know the if and if then query, and you build one programming or one apps for your portfolio. This is important for your marks or for your portfolio lah. And then maybe you can as a do the demo to the presenter, demo to the uh, client or something else. This will be your highest point lah for them to hire you. Okay, did it answer your question? Because this one in the career path later, we will involve in many projects as a technical lah. Yeah, I'm experienced in system engineer for about 1 month in Japan, and also a developer for clients about 10 years. We will follow. It is not it is not the matter of the programming syntax, not the error bugs also. The most challenging for me is the requirement by the client. They want first they want this, and then later, I don't want this lah. Change the picture, change the system flow, change the everything. Sometimes it will change major. They have the new requirement from the upper level of the higher boss. I want this keypad to be randomized, as example. So this one will affect your development. So we need to rebuild back our system from beginning. That's the example lah. So is it answer your question? We need to understand the fundamental first, and build our first project as our portfolio for our preparation toward the future.
Yes, brother, it's answer my question. My thought is we need to know the basic and then we can learn along the way, right?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, thank you. Other students, do you have any question to our brothers and sisters, to our speakers?
And I think waiting for question, I would like to advise or encourage all CIE, and also including communication as per explained or presented by Ms. Nadia and also Safwan. Programming is the most important or most wanted career path now. Okay, every company needs programmer. Python, especially Python, actually, for the analysis, for the development, also for website. The I'm telling from IT industry, because IT and engineering is much different, but it's not that much different, but it is related to the demand now. Okay, from the IT industry, front end developers, back end developers, including full stack developer. Full stack developer means he can do everything from the tech requirement, team leader, and also documentation and also presenter, not just do the coding, because in the programmer world, they have the programmers that just do programming only. In my experience in Japan, one programmer, Japanese programmer, his age is similar to me, 38, 39 something. He went to the office, come to office and then Ohio, and then sit on the desk from 9 to 12. Don't do anything except typing on his computer. 12 to 1 p.m. rest. He went out. I don't know where he went. Maybe in his discount too. I don't see any of the staff playing his handphone along 9 to 12, and though after break 1 to 6. But we can go to the toilet lah. No problem. We can go to toilet when we want to go to smoke. It is able to do. But the discipline or the commitment shown, what I've learned, what I observed in Japan are much impressive. But they have that. Beside the hard working of the Japanese, they have the. But we as a Muslim, we have the semayang lah, solat, as per mentioned by Sir Sofwan. We have the inner, or we have the, what we call it, ibadah, soul, spiritual and soul, because Japanese don't have that much. They just work until they're old, and then, because if they don't work, that is like a heavy blow to them. Menjatuhkan maruah kalau tak kerja. Kalau duduk rumah saja tak kerja, masyarakat atau keluarga mereka akan kata, kenapa kau tak kerja? Itu adalah memalukan bagi seorang Japanese lah. Okay, so back to my point is that the programming skill is very demanding right now. Okay.
Okay. Next, we have a question from the chat box. Does bachelor engineering is enough to secure a job? Do I need to pursue for master degree?
Okay, I'll try to answer that questions. Actually, bachelor engineering is enough to secure a job. Okay, you need to be outstanding while doing your interviews, but despite that, you need to have a good background on your social skills, okay, your communication skills as well. That will put you up front while doing interviews. But before that, try to brush up your resumes, because most managers upper level, they don't have time to read your resume very detailed. Try to make it become outstanding, or more images or pictures, or like nowadays they put statistics, data, everything. And during interviews, we will ask that questions based on the statistics. We don't read through thoroughly your resume. So bachelor engineering actually is enough to secure a job. But somehow there's some companies, international companies, they would like to require a master degree. If you try for ExxonMobil's, for Shell's, you like to have a better position, a similar position with a master degree. Nowadays, there will be upcoming few global companies in Malaysia as well. If let's say in UK, I can see most of the companies there, even a small company, they would like to look for a master degree. But somehow in Malaysia, they just start moving for a global company, not Chat and GLC, but I think so Petronas already have this requirement as well, a master degree for a higher positions. So it's up to you. If you want to start at certain levels, to my advice, if rightly from your bachelor degree you want to do master, you better go straight away to your PhD, because you don't want to waste your time. If you want to go for technicals, go rightly after bachelor, find a job, get some experience, and then continue your master degree. That will ease you. I know I had some experience when I did my master degree after 7 years of working experience. It's in the first 3 months, it became really stressful for me to adapt into student positions. That's how students want to adapt into working positions. They will feel a bit stressed in the first 3 to 6 months. That's whereby the company puts you under probations, 3 months or 6 months. They want to see you, can you cope to work under stress? That's why Brother Imran said that in Japan, I've been in Japan just for 1 week, and I've been to Korea. Their culture is a bit different. Japanese really disciplined. Korean is more on more to social kind of working lifestyle, like in UK or in America. That where you can use your social skills or your communication skills. So by attending or joining engineers at least, or any groups in UIA, that will put your self-esteem and more or yourself marketable. That's all.
Okay, thank you, Brother Safwan. And maybe for the final question is for Sister Nadia. Did pandemic affect your life, affect your work life? If so, how?
Okay, we are so fortunate in telecommunications. We actually survive, and we actually make good money out of the pandemic. It's because most of people in the world are working from home, so you have to have a good internet, good data. So for us, it doesn't affect our career, and I'm so thankful to have a company that is taking care of our welfare during this pandemic time. Actually started from March last year until now. Ericsson Malaysia has already asked the staff to work from home, and the first 3 months they already come up with a incentive that for us we need to buy the home office furnitures, and fully sponsored by Ericsson. So we got our ergonomic tables, chairs, and lamps. So also our IT assistance is given, so for us to have a new sets of headphones, and if we have issues with the network and everything, there will be a support team. On top of that, they also have like mental health team, that if you are too stressful to work from home for so long, and you feel like your mental health got some issues, you can call the hotline privately, that will support you. So for me, the pandemic affect my work life? No, because before the pandemic, actually Ericsson is a company from Sweden, and what we adapt is that we have how do you say, actually we already have this work from home policy from time to time. So for example, like mostly like us mummies, when we have we need to cater for our kids when we're pregnant or anything, we are allowed to work from home off and on. So I already get used to this work from home thingy, and still manage to do my job. So it's not affecting me.
Okay, thank you, Sister Nadia. A big appreciation to all of our speakers for making time to join us in this lovely morning to share their experience and stories. It does indeed enlighten us about our future career in the industry. Before we end our session, let us take some pictures to remember this memorable event. It will be great if you all can turn on your camera and smile brightly.
Okay, I will take the picture. Everyone's ready? Uh, 1, 2, Okay, another one, freestyle. 1, 2, 3. Okay, done. Thank you.
Okay, thank you again to all of our speakers. For the student, the feedback form for this slot has been dropped on the chat box. Students are required to fill in the feedback form. Inshallah, with that, we can end our event with Tasbih Kafarah and Suratul Ais. Students, you may leave the meeting. And once again, thank you to the speakers, Brother Safwan, Sister Nadia, and Brother Imran. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, everyone. Assalamualaikum.
Waalaikumsalam.
Thank you. Assalamualaikum. Good luck to all.
Waalaikumsalam. Thank you, brother, sister.
Good luck, everyone.